No council roundup today. They didn't have a meeting last night, so it gives us a week off of the council roundup and tuning in for that. It's brought to you by Head West Subs. When you want a great sub, you've got to Head West. Their downtown location open for lunch and on the weekends, and don't forget delivery as well. But no council roundup today. We'll be back with the council roundup next week whenever they get back to having a regularly scheduled meeting. But no council roundup today. So just so you know, might have to remind you throughout the hour because this is typically on Wednesdays when we start the council roundup. But there's other things to talk about here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY. Springfield's News and Talk, and that includes record high gas prices. And we're talking upwards to $5 a gallon for the first time across Illinois, with AAA calculating that statewide average at $5 Tuesday. It's 1/10 of a cent, the highest daily average on record, and it doesn't really seem that we're going to see much relief moving forward into the future. And I'm back from a Memorial Day break where Megan and I, we traveled to Lake Shelbyville to do some kayaking and just unplug for a bit. So gas wasn't, horrible. Shelbyville's not that far away. It's a quick little jaunt. But if you're planning a longer distance vacation on the road, you're going to be paying more. And before I went on vacation, I don't even know if you really call it a vacation. It was really just an extended weekend for the Memorial Day celebrations. But before I got packed up and whatnot, there was an event at Motomart here in Springfield. And this was on Thursday, where you had Americans for Prosperity. They showed up and they paid the difference for what gas was at $4.69, and it dropped it down to $2.38 or something to that effect. So that was last week, and we see that gas has gotten up to $5 a gallon. But I wanted to air for you some of the comments, and you'll hear from some Springfield residents, including an individual that was there, Lamont from Springfield, and also Eleanor from Springfield. But you also hear Jason Halfley. He is the state director for Americans for Prosperity, and he was there to kind of highlight some of the issues that people are facing day to day when it comes to increased fuel prices. So again, here is some of that from Thursday here in Springfield, where they essentially slashed the price of gas in half for 2 hours. And people were lined up around the block at that Motomart there on South Grand.
Yesterday we were in Peoria, and we were planning a couple more around the state in the coming weeks.
How much is this costing AFP?
It's surprisingly not a lot. $5,000 or $6,000 a pop, but provides relief to hundreds of people that are struggling to make choices. Whether to get those groceries they need or fill up the gas tank.
What does AFP think needs to be done about energy prices?
Well, look, I think we need to, as the congressman said, we need to rein in our spending in Washington, and we need to, unleash our energy producers. We have tied their hands. And then we throw up our hands and be like, I don't know how this happened, but it's clear that the policies in Washington are what's driving gas prices to double in the last 16 months.
I appreciate the $2.38, because again, when it's coming to filling up my tank versus paying $80 and I can get it filled up at right 35. It helps me out.
We've had people almost in tears. People, yesterday coming in you see those single moms that, thank you, it only cost $35 to fill up my gas tank this time instead of $80. That's a huge, when people are living paycheck to paycheck, that is a huge amount of money in their pockets to do things, in their everyday life.
I thought I was tripping. I swear I thought they was tripping about the prices. Had to turn around and see for myself.
Thanks to Governor Pritzker and our General Assembly, who doubled the gas tax when he first took office. So due to not only the policies at the federal level, but the state level, I believe Illinois is the second or third highest gas prices in the country now. We're just pouring it on these consumers with bad policy after bad policy after bad policy.
Do you want to see policies enacted to lower the price, or?
That would be nice. It would be nice. A lot of people would appreciate that, and it would help a lot of people. Look at all these people that's been in and out of here in the last 10 minutes. And they needed this.
So again, that was just some of the audio Thursday as Americans for Prosperity dropped the gas price at Motomart in downtown Springfield for only 2 hours. And again, they had a line of cars lined up. The news of this gas slashing event spread rapidly, and they're doing it elsewhere throughout the state as well. But Congressman Rodney Davis was there at the event. He does face a primary opponent in Mary Miller for the 15th Congressional District, Illinois losing a seat in Congress because of population decline, something we'll talk about coming up here in a moment. But Congressman Davis was asked, what do you do about this? How do you, not just on a national level, but even on a state level, Illinoisans pay some of the highest gas taxes in the nation, and including the highest gas taxes in the Midwest. And regularly you go over to Missouri, you see gas is like 50 cents cheaper than Illinois. That's because of the doubling of the gas tax and all of the sales tax that's on top of that. So a variety of things at play there. But here's Congressman Rodney Davis fielding a few questions about what ultimately needs to happen in Illinois and across the country when it comes to record high gas prices.
What can be done in the state that you think could provide relief?
Well, we need people in Springfield that are in the General Assembly. We need a governor that's going to put Illinois energy exploration at the forefront of any policy ideas and policy exchanges. Unfortunately, the Pritzker administration and Democrats in the supermajority, they've decided to pass an energy bill that is going to increase costs just to heat homes, just to turn lights on, just to live. Added cost to the ever-increasing gas price costs caused by Joe Biden and the Democrats in Washington, their attack on American energy.
What can be done to give Americans some relief?
What can be done is we immediately have to approve of the Keystone Pipeline. The Keystone Pipeline, if it would have been implemented, if it would have been operational, could have reduced these gas prices that we're seeing right now. We have to see the Biden administration not continue their attack on the permitting of new American energy exploration. They're doing that at the executive and the regulatory level, and it's got to stop. We need to get back to a time like we had with the Trump administration, like we had with previous administrations, that we are investing in American energy exploration and American energy exportation, because Americans are able to have a global advantage when it comes to global trade because of our reduced energy costs. And unfortunately, it's Democrats like J.B. Pritzker and Democrats like Joe Biden and those like Nancy Pelosi in the House, they're attacking American families by not attacking this energy crisis and inflation crisis today.
So again, Congressman Rodney Davis talking about the increased fuel prices, and he also talked about the increased energy prices when it comes to utilities, and that's something else that continues to be of major concern, as even Ameren, Illinois, telling its customers that they can expect to see $50 increases per month when it comes to gas prices. And that's a growing problem for a lot of people as stakeholders continue to share concerns about the reliability of energy. Last week, during a public utilities hearing in Springfield and in Chicago, you heard a variety of voices, including State Representative Charlie Meyer. He said that the interruption of electrical services that's possible through rolling blackouts, it's a serious problem that I think people, he says, need to be made aware of what the outcome's going to be.
What scares me is the words brownout and blackout. As somebody who took care of a parent for many years on hospice and the machines I had running in the house.
So you've got others, including a regulator with the Ameren utility, Jim Blessing. He is the president of regulatory policy. He says that one of the drivers of this problem is renewable energy.
This is just a byproduct of a national transition to clean energy that is going on today.
So the ongoing concerns, including coming from the Illinois Manufacturers Association, who say that this is going to impact their operations, and it's just something I don't know if we've got a handle on just exactly how much this is going to cost you in the end run, not just for gas at record highs, but also with increased energy and reliability questions when it comes to your utilities. All right, it is Springfield's Morning News. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Greg Bishop, back at it. You can always email me, bishoponair@gmail.com, or find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search out Bishop on Air, and we can connect that